loss yesterday. I'm gonna wait for my setups this time. EMA's conversions with EMA crosses conversions with levels. Let's see if I can do that for myself today.
Last couple of days, definitely helping out this morning. All the Nasdaq 100 gainers are chip related. HSBC, by the way, takes Nvidia from 200 up to 320. And as for ARM, Renee Haas is going to be with Jim tonight on Mad Money at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Opening bell just a few minutes away.
Five daily EMA and 20 daily EMA. Intersection with this level could be a bounce. Short here that I'm thinking it would be only 10 points for this major possible bounce. We have a demand level. Demand level with the 21 SMA. With the VWAP, let's watch.
great anecdote, Jim, on a young, was it a young man, Jim, who was into
Robert. Yeah, I couldn't get Robert to take anything. He's not going to take anything off the table. He's going to turn 15 this week. He's letting it ride. I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, the kid's letting it ride. We got to have, how do these kids even know about Oclo? But there are kids, nice call. He won't even take out his cost basis. I'm going to urge the guy again on Saturday. Take your darn cost basis out. Carl, look at the money being made. Look, you want to make money in Oclo and you want to make money in PepsiCo. Which?
Well, Oclo, because PepsiCo's not making me any money.
That's the point. Now, David, how much revenue does Oclo have? Have you checked that on the revenue side?
I would guess very little, very little.
Well, that gets to the
It's all
journal,
on the come.
the journal piece
Yeah.
today.
That was
Non-revenue
brilliant piece.
generating companies, 45 billion in collective market cap.
Oclo terrifically had zero revenue in 22, 23, 24, and 25. They're projected to have
25's
zero
not over
revenue.
yet, Jim.
They're gonna,
You never know. You never know.
No, you never know. It could be. I mean, it could be a halcyon moment for Oclo, for all I know. I'm not. Now, by the way, their technology is completely unproven. Versus Bloom Energy, which I know, David, is a personal favorite of yours, because Bloom Energy is there with the 52-week high. They're 458%. I give you, David. I give you Goldman Sachs. You give me Bloom Energy.
I may have given you Bloom. I wish I had, Jim, because, of course, I would be up 500 and some odd percent over 6 months, and that's pretty
Bloom
good, I
is on
think.
the rose.
That is
David,
generally
my
pretty
table,
good. That
the
Brookfield deal
table
from
I was
last
at
week,
yesterday.
Jim. The Brookfield deal, not even last week, Monday.
Amen.
In
Their technology.
Very big inflection point right here.
Their fuel cell technology, it's $5 billion. That's real money, man. So, yeah. Bloom Energy.
Yeah,
Get used to it. Here to stay.
I'm trying to get.
I'm just kidding. By the way, he makes the stock recommendations, not me. I'm just here to ask him
It's my
questions.
world. Welcome to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, with
All right,
Sarah's
well, so
world
far
last
nobody's
hour.
listening to your sage advice.
I like that. I like to be ignored. I like to be a cry in the wilderness of a still voice. But Carl, look, I love the fact that people are making money in these stocks. But remember, what I was told in the trading desk, you haven't made anything until you take a little off the table. They're just all letting it ride. I mean, it's a 14 parlay on nuclear, it's on quantum, it's on flying cars. How much do we love those? And it's on outlier data center. It's a 14 parlay. Let me go to right now, Jason Robbins, DraftKings, put money on that parlay, and then I'll be like all the 15-year-olds in this country right now.
Well, some of the moves, Morgan Stanley up 7 now to start the morning. That's going to be the market moving a bit in your direction.
That's right. By the way, Nvidia and AMD are also doing pretty well this morning. Nvidia was down yesterday. AMD continues that incredible ascent that it's seen since really it announced that deal with OpenAI a little more than 1 week ago.
Webull acting up again.
Still trying to put pen to paper to see what Sarah Fryer came up with when she made that deal with Lisa Su. I say that Sarah Fryer, the CFO of OpenAI, she has historically done deals that are great on both sides. There's a lot of snickering about what's happening there, but AMD is very for real. And Nvidia upgrade today. Who the heck is not even recommending the darn thing? In the shadow is the it's always said, oh yeah, I know Nvidia's the best. Oh yeah, Nvidia's the best. I mean, okay, if it's the best, then why not buy the stock of Nvidia?
Well, they have, they got those. What are their margins? 80%.
Well,
Incredible
when you-
margins, right? Because of where they price these GPUs, because everybody needs them. But it doesn't mean that there's a shortage of people or companies that are trying to compete with them, Jim. And at some point, perhaps, could represent true competition, and/or that there could be a change when you really move to inference in terms of the need for exactly what they're providing. I'm just saying, this is what you hear, right?
Well,
Obviously Google uses its own TPUs. It may have a cost advantage versus any number of other companies out there with their own large language models because of the TPUs that Google has. It's not that they're not buying NVIDIA chips for their cloud product, but it gives them an advantage.
no, you're right. But remember, what Nvidia's done is made it so it's a software chip, and AMD does not have a software. There's a stack, which makes it so you can, first of all, get a lot of what's the let me just bring up CoreWeave. The chips that Nvidia had used, the older ones, they're still working and they're still good for a lot of customers.
If you go along with the cross DMA here, you have all this supply zone. So it's also doesn't make much sense to go along there, to me at least. It's not a lot of risk reward to what could possibly happen here. This is the pre-market high plus it's a huge supply zone. So I'm only thinking about taking a short if it comes here and it rejects, or a long if it retests 6720 off the SMAs daily also, and goes back up. But I don't know if I should act anytime soon. Nothing's clear to me right now. Might be a wick down here on the 35 and up. That could be a long, but again, I mean, where I'm trying to go, like 10 points up, So I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Just a chop. Maybe the tick chart today will be the one driving the price up and down.
No, I know, and they need to do that in part. Listen, I take nothing away from what they've been able to pull off at OpenAI. It's incredible. Not to mention, of course, the revenue growth of the company, which is astounding and which will continue. But to your point, Jim, they've got to try and compete in all those areas, and they are, in a sense, trying to create their own dominance by all of these deals that they're entering, and the companies that they're entering them with are happy to do so. So, I mean, maybe they do succeed, and maybe it's not dissimilar from, when we looked at Amazon in, what was it, 97 or 98, saying, well, geez, they're selling books, and what's the plan?
Maybe we should define my 15-minute orb by lines that are gold. So I just put this here. This could be the top of the orb, but if it's not, then I'll move it up. But that lets me know where the orb is. And sometimes intersects other levels is pretty good, or EMAs or SMAs. Yeah, this is a chop. So far, Mark doesn't know where to go. High 38.5, low 26. That's like 12 points of swing from the open. – 15 seconds for the last 5-minute candle for the orb to form. And Q and the QQQ. Going a lot more aggressive to the downside than the ES and SPY. Tempted to take a short there, but I don't know. I'm not sure if this is gonna hold, but yeah, I need to wait for the orb to be established, man. See if there's any news today. 12:45. We have Governor Bullock speaking. This is in Australia. Well, 12:45. So no major news until 12:45. Sorry.
China is the key one. It'll be fascinating to watch. TikTok, obviously, we thought was going to be a part of that, but it seemed to have been separate. But there's so many moving parts there. And I will come back to China many times, Jim, in part because so many people want to talk to me about it. I find that there are plenty of China bulls out there, so to speak, who think that the Chinese economy...
Market doesn't know what to do.
Challenges, but ultimately is
second rate. Will you stop it? Listen, they have talk to Unishu. Talk to Unishu. They have a $7 trillion hole in real estate. We got. Remember when commercial real estate was supposed to bring us down? Did you see the commercial real estate numbers from Bank of America? There's no more charge-offs. It's incredible. That was supposed to do us in. They were supposed to do us in.
It was. You're right. It was supposed to be.
Although PNC, Jim, and Progressive, two financial services today that are in the red. Some complaints about some provision revenue on PNC, and then Progressive was a little light.
I was surprised with PNC, but I tell you, Morgan Stanley's making it up. By the way, that BlackRock deal that they did, we're not talking enough about it, the data center, that's going to give them a great suite of products so that they can go in and pitch. Look, we've got everything. You want to be with
It's
us.
1.5 points difference here. That could be a good risk established already
Larry Fink yesterday, a quick
for a short position from there.
advisor for
After the orbs formed,
wealth.
of course, 2 minutes for that to form. Let's see how that.
Stanley has his driven, but I do think that I do think
Wow, to the pit there. Okay, made a new high. Okay, this is not valid anymore.
And they do have
saying I
obviously
just repeated myself. You just said I repeated I am working my darn ass off here.
So the orb is about to look like it's going to be the top of, the high of pre-market. Let's see.
642
If it's pre-market high, I'm just going to 40, 25.
local time.
Got to see Taylor and Brandy Carlisle, right? You don't want to miss that, Jim.
Woke up at 3 in
Brandy
the morning or
Carlisle was
2.
fantastic. I knew Carlisle Plastic. Suddenly I'm looking at Brandy Carlisle, the opener for Taylor Swift. I went to bed at 11 and I got up at 3. That's plenty. You ever heard of
good,
coffee?
yes.
I have Starbucks tonight, just so you know.
Oh, you do? You got Brian Nickel tonight?
What are you
This is funny.
What am I talking about? I'm saying you have Brian Nickel tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, why
Yes.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, take a
Secretary
sip of
Nickel.
coffee.
I got
Take a sip
Wow.
of coffee. I'm gonna
A lot of resistance here. So going long against this, very tight stop. It has to give you like a very tight stop with the down wick here to the and this is too far away.
Supreme Court is hearing that appeal.
I would like for this candle to go a little lower and make the bottom of the orb here, because this is like 6 points to here, and then it bounces from here, gets the orb, rejects back down. So we have a tricky setup with the orb today. To the upside. To the downside is a little bit more defined. To the upside, it can bounce from here, come back, reject the orb, and go down. It can never get here and it just go with the orb, which is not very much of a solid pull unless you look at the 2 minute and you have the 200 EMA converging right here. That's two confluences. That makes me a little bit better about it. But let's go right now. Check this out.
2018 compensation package would
See if he's gonna test the orb now.
and we did the numbers. We
Yeah,
looked
he
updates.
wants to.
The share award is 304 million almost. 303.
Let's watch this.
We're talking about a price
See, yeah, it's breaking the orb to the upside. But that's the thing, taking a long on the orb now to the upside against the supply zone that I believe it's solid. It's not a setup for me. So
They also had an interim award.
this is not a setup for me. So I don't know.
Listen, this man,
I might be completely wrong. It seems like I just blow through, go all the way to fucking all-time highs from there. But I don't know, man.
right now. And then
You know, like I don't know.
we've been talking a lot about guys that
I would not like to see a hold of the orb right there, because that would make the play very sketchy unless it gives us a risk, a super tiny risk
Delaware law.
on the retest. And yeah,
But I did want to point that out because
let's see.
the hearing begins
He's trying to hold in the 2 minute.
in Delaware.
He's trying to hold.
When you think about this Chinese inferiority complex that we
Yeah,
have, may I
he's trying to
remind
hold the
you,
orb.
and I will take Musk over I'd say most of what the Chinese are doing. Maybe not robotics, but once he has all his chips from Nbhd, I think he'll offer robotics. Maybe we'll be buying
I
Amazon.
gotta wait for a more clear setup. Usually, like by the book of of orb play. Look at that volatility. By orb play, you have to wait for the 5 minute candle to close under the orb. to show a clear rejection of the 5, and then maybe a retest and come back around, then you come back, then you go short. But see the volatility on that. I almost took a short right there because I saw a little decision, but because this is here, I might have missed my entry, but it wasn't clear. It was not clear. And Q is looking a lot more bearish than ES. I don't mess with NQ because it's so whippy and it's hard to define risk over there, for me at least. So I don't like to trade NQ or KQQs too much. So let's see. Might test the bottom of the orb here. Might take a long, depending on what the 2-minute shows me. You might just go straight through though. Let's see. Lower day, 67.26. I don't know if he wants to hold. See, to the touch. I can't get it to the touch. I gotta watch this. Bulls are defending it. There's a lot of selling volume on the last candle on the 2-minute. A lot of selling volume on the 5 at the open and in this candle now. Looks scary to the downside. Yeah, let's see, like shorts are trying to push it down. Look at that. Bulls are holding it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get it a touch. See, I gotta wait for the wick to give me risk. Let's go test 67.20. But now, should I take that long? If he goes to 7.20 to just get rejected at the orb? I don't know, man. Okay, I got 2 calls there because now he gave me risk. My stop is under 24, 25. It doesn't seem like he wants to hold, boys. Might have been risky calls there. Risky calls. We gave you the risk at least. Showed that bulls are stepping in to try to defend the lower day. Let's see. So it's a ballsy long there. Especially because it might stop me out just to bounce from 67.20. Bulls are trying, boys. Almost took a short from the top there. That would be a better setup, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. You know, there's a lot more resistance on the top here. Looking now after the fact, of course, right? Everything looks great after the fact. Okay, that's a good hold of the orb. I can even put my risk a little less on the bottom of this candle here, which is 25, a point and a quarter above my last stop. But I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna sell 1 at the high at the orb. I'm not gonna sell now for change. I have to watch this. A big bounce on NQ too. Demand zone on NQ. Yeah, we're going to 67.40, boys. I'm not selling it before maybe 39. Let's see. Yeah, maybe at 39. But I'm gonna hold this. If it turns around, it turns around. Turns around, it turns around.
66.90 here back in a moment.
It's looking all right. Let's hope he holds 67.35 to the push to the higher day. Let's see. It reverses. That was a huge show off of buying on the bottom there. Look back at that hour. The hour seems like he wants to go to new highs. He wants to go to 67.44. Okay, I'm gonna sell one there, and let's see what happens at the orb. If you look at the hour chart, man, this thing looks like he wants to go. I'm gonna give some time. So the 20% return there. Let's see if he holds the orb. I mean, if he goes through it, it hit exactly to the pip on pre-market highs. We need next candles to close above this and test the zone. I'm happy that I was patient to my entry right now. Now I'm gonna watch this. I usually sell myself way too short. You know, I already did. I already sold at 38. Actually, I sold at 39. I do like to sell a point before big inflection points, so I make sure I get my exits more often. I don't mind miss a point for the sake of selling into strength, because I cannot tell you how many times, man. Let's go. We need this to close above. We might get a rejection there. For a second. I'm going to give it a chance for this EMAs to catch up with the price and push this up, because the hour chart looks powerful, my dudes. The hour chart looks like it's a springboard from 67.26, and he wants to just go 50 points up. I can see this thing going to like 67.80 from there. But I mean, I think it's beneficial to have a way large time frame chart on the other screen just to see the bigger picture. You know, it helped me hold for longer, because if you just zoomed in right here, you tend to just think this is the whole world. You know, it's like a dog stuck in a house. Okay, new 5-minute candle with strength. Now big test on that zone, boys. You might just reject from there and just poop all the way the fuck down, but we need to claim 67.44. 67.50 would be a huge level to claim. Low of this 5-minute candle should be maybe a bail. The low of this is 39.25. So if it hits 39, I have to kind of maybe think about letting go for the short time frame. But I love this orb play. Wow, look at us go. I'm not selling right now. He just went through. Dude, like the hour chart looks great. Let me just put this in front of you guys so you can see. Look at this. So why sell it now? Why sell it now? Let this AMA catch. Maybe this takes us to the, wow. Maybe this takes us above this. And if we're above this, above 67.57, I think we are blue skies all the way up to 6,800. I don't know if this conditions today are going to allow for such a move, but look at this. Look at this little pullback long right here from 67.44. If it makes a new high, buy a step 10. That's a huge sign of strength. There's no reason to sell for me, man. I'm just going to watch the price come back to the orb and then they go up. If he fails the orb, we out. That's the thing too about buying just two contracts. You can't, you have two exits, so it's hard to hold for huge moves because what's the deal here? It's like, what are you trying to do? Scalping is fun, but like if you only scalp, like, you know,
I mean, you wanted much
like,
lower
wow, look at that strength.
even lower rates
This
now.
wants to go. Our chart's looking great. Put that in front of you guys again. Look, our chart's looking great. Look at that. Yeah, 50, 5650, man. That would be an inflation point that I might be tempted to sell here. Wow, I hit 50, right? Right to the point, like psychological level of resistance, right? Full hundreds, 50s.
But I mean, you were in the meeting
By the book.
for 2 days, and you heard the
By the book, Ross Cameron.
most of them don't seem to feel the same
No,
way.
I'm gonna give it a chance for the higher time frame to go.
Accurate to characterize.
For the sake of us, right? Just watch this shit just fucking in one candle go all the way 100 points down and stop me for a loss. Man, buying volume is insane. This thing wants to go. I wish I had more. I wish I had more contracts. Not for the sake of my profit, but so I can take one down now, and then ride a little more comfortably because I took one down like 10 points under this, and then now I'm like super. Makes you. It's hard to hold, It's very hard to hold. But this is just. Woo! Actually, I can't allow this to come back to the orb. I'm gonna have to do my stop under 44. If he hits 44, I'm gonna give one more cushion or put 43.75. I'm out because then I have an exit that's better than my first one. I can't allow this to lose this and go back down there. So let's see. If this gives the last low, I'm gonna have to. Give a little more room. 50. I'll give it a little more room. 2 pips under. I gotta watch this. I could be leaving like $500 on the table with one contract. I just don't think I can add. Adding is ballsy, and I'm not experienced enough to add. If he fails 50 again, I might take it out. Let's see, but see the brain talking you out of the bigger move. Brain's trying to talk me out of the bigger move. 50. Let's make a new high. Just by a pip. Let's go. 50 and a quarter. Let's go. Dude, if this claims 50, there you go. And holds. You gotta, you can't turn around on the big candle. That's big rejection then, Let's see. Low, this candle's 46. I think after this move, it needs to hold the low of this candle. Right? It needs to hold the low of this candle. Let's see. Wow, boys, let's go. Now I feel like it needs to hold 50. 40. I'm gonna put it right here. Another alert, because that might be my out. But this pullback will be healthy though. So if I let's say 49 to 44, dude, I'm gonna give 10 points. This is too strong. I can't get out yet.
That you are still very restrictive on rates, which is also kind of a
Man, this is so unnerving.
because the economy's doing very
Brother, if he clears 67.56, we going high.
Well, the economy was weaker in the first half of the year versus where it had been last year.
That was trade, wasn't it? Imports and exports.
Yesterday, if you look,
Before the tariffs.
look at the movie made yesterday.
Well, it was potentially
It was relentless. It was relentless.
to some front running of tariffs. It was related
It was all day.
to uncertainty around.
So I lost so much money because I was trying to pick bottoms. Used to hold that.
Underlying domestic demand were weaker in the first half of the year than they had been in.
There you go. Used to hold 50.
For the third quarter, we had very little.
If he holds 50 and keep pushing, this is so strong. Oh my God.
But I also think that the labor market
Low 49.
clearly weakened somewhat over the course of the year.
Another low. If the next candle
Has been
makes another low,
in the recent past. So, I don't, and then you sort of look at something like the housing.
then I get out.
And housing is one of the biggest, if not the biggest transmission channel of monetary policy.
I wish I had more contrast just for the sake of exits.
I think rather
Because this is hard to hold. Like from my entry, I have 25 points on my favor now.
largely on high rates, yeah.
And then to just let it ride, it's crazy. Let's see this here.
That's a great point. And so, last year,
Low the next hour candle that I'm watching is 46.75.
last year the neutral rate was
So we cannot give 46.75. You know what?
inflation growth being higher, including things like deficits being wider, that raised the neutral rate, which means that if neutral was here, so if keep policy here
So on the hour chart, the bottom of the next hour candle
restrictive. And so I thought that cutting last year,
is 46.75.
if neutral has come down and you keep policy here, then
Can't give 46.75. This guy.
therefore policy became more restrictive, even though you kept the nominal rate relatively similar. And so that, in my mind,
Yeah, I think if he makes any low here, boys, I might
reasons for cutting. And
I might get out.
last year it was a mistake to cut, and this year
Wow, look at this thing go.
And you think this year market will go long?
exactly. So in the, I think 18 trading sessions since we cut rates
South.
in September, long yields are I think like 4 or 5 basis points down. In the same 18 sessions after the Fed cut rates last September, they were up by approximately 30 basis points, and then they went from starting from 30 to go all the way to about 110 basis points up.
So it's working.
So I think last year the bond market told you that cutting was a mistake, and I think that bears
Next 5-minute candle coming up soon.
the bond market is not telling
33 seconds. Man, we gonna push through 67.56.
Trade stop.
Woo!
So now the market is fully pricing in 2 more cuts for the rest of this year. Aside from what you want to see, does that sound
That's Fed Governor Myron at CNBC's Invest in America Forum. We're going to keep monitoring, check in with Sarah later on in the show as we kick off another hour of Squawk on the Street. I'm Carl Quintanilla with Leslie Picker, David Faber here at Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange. As for markets, about 1% gains for S&P Nasdaq.
Wow, everything's so green.
Friday's intraday high.
Everything's making a move today. Look how strong the market is. How's NQ doing? NQ is fucking flying.
With B of A's chairman
Wow.
Brian Moynihan talking his bank's Q3 beat and strength.
NQ's flying, boys.
Plus stacking the chips. ASML moving higher following its latest earnings print, with other semiconductors joining in on that route.
Wow, boys, look at that. We are on the verge of blue skies, boys. There we go. Let's see. High 57.75, bro. It will be the last high on the hour chart, and then blue skies to 6,800. Now, do we hold to 6,800? I mean, come on, right? Like, at what point do you sell? And look, watch the brain talking us out of major profits again, you know? Can't get greedy, but also can't get out when you're looking strong. Look, if it bounces up from there, look. Woo! Man. Man, oh man. Wow. He's busting all the shorts, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Look at this long. Wow. Look at this long. Boys, we are blue skies. It needs to hold 57.75 or that low at least, 56.25. If he gives 56.25, let's say if he gives 55, I'm out. That'll be my hard stop. 54.75. Wow, yeah, that'll be my stop right there. My stop would be under 67.55. Wow, at what point do you fucking sell? This is blue skies to 6,800. I'll tell you right now. Dude. What the fuck? Wow. So hard to hold. Now I can't stop there. Now you gotta be under 60. If he doesn't hold 60, right? Let's see if he holds 60. Yeah, if you come back all the way here, I'm giving 10 points away. That would be too much. Wow, dude. Wow. Look at this 5-minute chart, bro. This is fucking insane. It is crazy. Look at the now chart. Wow. What we talked about. Look, this is blue sky. I don't think I have the balls to hold all day for this, man. I have just one contract. Wow. Wow.
More certainty around trade and tariffs, and that pickup in activity in the third quarter as well. They cite double digits in terms of what they're seeing in terms of potential activity. We'll see.
Time for a pullback, boys.
Private of all time just last week, right? Where the Saudis are buying Electronic Arts for over $50+ billion, a deal that Goldman advised on and J.P. Morgan financed, and the fees there, I'm sure, will be quite significant.
Yeah, and again, those are not reflected in this quarter's results even. It'll only be once that deal closes. And I guess the big question is what lower interest rates mean for the prospect of additional M&A activity, particularly as it pertains to sponsors. We heard a little bit of disagreement on the calls yesterday about that with, I believe it was J.P. Morgan saying, I don't see...
Wow, relentless. Look at that, guys. Let's go. Oh my God. Stop under 61.25.
Meantime, for more on the banks and the markets, let's bring in Adam Parker, Trivariate Research founder and CEO. Adam, it's good to have you with us. An important week, given the robust nature of the earnings we've gotten from financials.
Okay, stop right there. Wow, my dude. Let's fucking go. Okay. I had enough. I can't do it. I'm out. Wow. That was a good trade, boys. That with 20 contracts would have been almost $3,000. It would be $2,948, $47. Yeah. Wow. Sold at the top. Let's see if I sold at the top. Wow, I bought this motherfucker at, wow. I bought this guy's at 314 and I sold at 549. Look at this. 314 and sold at 549. Wow. Looking at that in the hindsight, it's like I sold super early, right? Yeah, but you have to have targets. That's one thing it was drilled into me. You have to have fucking targets. You know, if you just always hold for a crazy move, you're gonna get chopped so many times. So you have to have targets. So now I'm gonna watch because I don't want to give too much back. No, there's no reason to short because you're gonna be picking tops. This is blue skies. Not a healthy pullback here. Let's see. Price messed around a little bit more. I think I might have started at the top, boys. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Let's hope that this doesn't poop completely, because I would like this EMA to catch up here with this level, and then we can maybe take another long with very little risk. Just the only thing that gets me a little scared is the fact that volatility is nuts, and you buy 2 contracts there, that thing just dumps in one candle like it did here, and takes half of your money out. So I'm gonna really watch what the price does in this area. So look, the high of this candle is 57.25, the low of this candle is 56.25. So we have a point here around the 56.50. This is a good inflection point. You can tell by how the price behaved here. You know, the last level that we talked about was 56.50, and then you have a point, actually 3/4 of a point above, and then we have a quarter pip under. So this is a good inflection point right there to pay attention to. No need to chase price now. No need to chase price now. Let's watch this. I do believe that above 67.56, 67.55 is blue skies for a 50-point move to 6,800. And Q just hit a supply level and rejected. Check this out. So you guys have a NQ and QQ. Look, they both hit. Gotta change the color of this just for the sake of. Actually, let me pay attention to this price action here, because this could give us another entry. This can give us another entry very soon, guys. I'm going to be very careful with this buy. I'm not going to buy 2 contracts. I'm going to buy 1. And I'm going to add if he reacts positively. Let's see. 57.25. Low is 58. Might bounce from there, but that's not going to be the perfect setup you want. You know? Not going to be a perfect setup. So do we risk? You know? Do we risk? That's the question. Always. You know? It might look, wow, 61.75. I'm sorry, 67.58, 58 hell. Buyers are eager. When price does not get to the specific spot that you want, buyers are eager. That shows strength. That shows a lot of strength. Man, I saw it at the top, boys. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Yeah, it did not give us a perfect entry with risk. What I like to see sometimes is a quick fail under and a reclaim. That gives us risk. You know, you look, because it gives like the contest becomes like a lot stronger in my eyes, because it failed and then reclaimed instead of just touching it and going. It does show a lot of strength touching and going, but I don't think someone can size up like they want to the touch, because next candle can just fail. But when he fails and reclaiming the one candle, then you have risk. I don't know if you understand what I'm going by, but let's say if you're trying to buy, let's say, at the low of this candle, 67.58, next candle comes at 57.58 and wicks up again, then you can take a long and then put risk on this double bottom. But that would be kind of loose, because why are you going to put a risk here and you stop here if our inflection point is just a point and a half under? Then if you jump the gun going long here, now you have to get yourself the bottom of this candle as your risk. So now, now let's see the risk reward here. You get, let's say you get up here, you go hot, you go long with this wick up, and you get in and get a good feel, and you get in at 67.60. You have to give to the bottom of this. I mean, you have to do anything, but it would be smart if you do so. 3.75 points risk. So double that would be 7.5 points. 7.5 points. It's from 67.60 is above new highs. So I mean, you barely getting 2R here to the high day. I don't like that setup, so that's why I'll have waited for here. It's still barely 2R, but you do have the bigger time frame telling you that this can make a huge move to highs. So that's the game, boys. Control your fucking emotions, right? See, if you had gone long here, you have jumped the gun. In my opinion. Not a perfect setup now, because the EMA is above what we want. Let me watch this closely now and see what it does. I'm not buying to the touch. I need risk defined. Let's say if it goes up to 57.50, I'll get in long with one contract, because I don't want the stress. I might have jumped the gun, boys. Got a long there. Low 56.56. Low 67.56. Let's see if he's gonna hold. Yeah, I jumped the gun. I got in too early. It's almost, I needed to let that happen and then go. Because if you go in now, you have 2-point risk. 2-point risk on that. You have 3 R's. 3 R's to the highs now. So I gotta hold this to the all-time highs, to the higher day. 66.75. And that's what I'm gonna sell, because I only have one contract if the price goes there. I can't, unless I have time to see, unless the candle formations give me a lot more confidence about the price action. But I might be stopped out, boys. Lower this candle is 56, so I'm tight on this one. I'm not going to let the price go under that. So now I have to stay, and I gotta trust the setup. I gotta stay in, right? Can't freak out with any move. So we're going for 65 would be a good out, because 65 would be a good out because you don't want to get greedy. 65.75 would be a good out. A point under. Let's see. So that's the same break. So that is a very known strategy that plays on the orb that we did here. And this was a clean one, guys. So far it is. It could fail. But this entry with this risk is clean. So that's why, because they look so clean, it has high probability of actually working. This is the break, retest, go. It could be break, retest, fail. But now what I used to do back in the days, like, oh, how many profit I'm gonna sell? I'm 8% profit, I gotta sell 10%. Now, the setup is break, retest, go, make new high, or test high day. I sell right before one lot, and then I'll hold the other lot. Or just if I have three contracts, would be perfect. Three is a perfect size for exiting, in my opinion. But you know, um, yeah. I lost my train of thought here, but because now with one, what do? I just wait for this to go, and then it completely fails. No, I have to sell in into strength here. This is my first target. That was the trade. I'm not going for 6,800 with one contract. So gotta trust the setup. Let the price do its thing. You can come, test again, go, test again, go. And if you show signs of exhaustion after a while, after a while, two touches, it kind of like stays in the middle, then you might be tempted to take it off to call it a day on the position, because options lose value when they linger too long, unless the price never goes against you. But chop like this to the side, if let's say if you have like 10 more candles here that go up and down, now your position is moving, up, which is not a good thing. We're gonna go for a higher day on this one. 50, 65, 75. I gotta sell. That's my rule. 1 point under. 65, 75. That's my exit. 1 point under, because I'm not greedy. So this will be a safer at exit, because the high of the previous candle before the high was 64.75. So I'm gonna hold for my target 65.75. That was the trade. I don't talk myself out of shit anymore unless we get signs of weakness, and But right now, what I really don't dig here is that the volume, the buying volume is declining. That's not a good sign for like a breakout, That's why I don't feel like it's gonna break out with power. But I mean, what the fuck do I know? Excuse me, my French.
Yeah, your president said that as well. We'll do it better. That is Brendan Kaufman on the call. What does that mean, actually, doing it better? What is 2.0 versus what First Republic had, which was, by the way, a strong franchise?
Yeah, it's a very strong franchise.
It wants to make a new high.
No disrespect to that, but I think when you look at our organization relative to First Republic, we have a fully built out.
But be careful too. This could be a lower high, back to a lower low.
Typically run by very successful people who not only need banking services.
I'm gonna trust the setup. I didn't like the volume here declining. Now the selling volume is picking up. Look, this could be a sign to bail before it comes and retests and gets you red. You know what I mean? So let's see how this candle behaves. I would not like to see this giving the EMA too much. This gave, but because it was so close to our inflection point that the price had a magnet pulling down here. This was indecision, but now if this breaks under this EMA, we're not looking very good. This might be a lower highs to retest, and maybe a lower low, and then we're in the channel of selling channel.
Just coming from the expansion of the net interest margin, so we have some legacy drag from swaps that we did that have terminated, that were just
1.5 from my target. That's what the price got to.
That just naturally lifts our net interest margin, so we call that.
It's still a healthy pullback. Let's see.
We can get up to the 15% plus, really, just from that. But then these initiatives, growing the private bank, the commercial bank, I think, is the best positioned among the super regionals. We've been waiting for activity levels to pick up. We finally saw that in Q3. So now this was our second highest capital markets
highest revenue quarter going back to the fourth quarter of 21, and I think that can be sustainable as well. So we have those initiatives, and I think credit costs are still running a little high. We still are burning off some of the CRE office loan workout costs that'll come down, and then we should also get a benefit from that. So those factors give us a lot.
Now, when you start tracing trend lines on the short time frame, it makes you think different things. See, you see this pushing down. I would love to see the price reclaim this area here. Then you have a springboard up, you know. But if it fails under this, I'm out, because it's going to be a sign of weakness, and I don't want to go red on this. After this move so close to the highs, I don't feel like it's healthy to come back and do this here. Then it becomes unlikely that's gonna test and hold, because he won't look as good. Then he like on a chop channel here. You know, this needs to either make a new high soon, don't give the trend line, don't give the EMA, and go. People are seeing this too, you know. When things are obvious, everybody sees it. So now time, this is a truth time right there. Let's go, time for the truth. So getting choked out on the wedge. I wouldn't like this to see this wicking under 67.60. That would be my stop. My stop would be 59.75. That's my stop right there. So watch this price action here. This is the truth right there, guys. It is there. Or are we going down? So wedging hard. I like this volume. The selling volume of this candle here. It was under. It was smaller than the previous candle. That should show some sign of a positivity, but let's see. Yeah, I'm out. I have to, because I don't think that this is that thing that it took me a while to see the lower highs. You know, lower highs. That's okay. I'm not willing to let it test. See, I told you that was the moment of truth right there. I don't know a lot, but I'm starting to like realize a little bit more when it comes to behavior or price action. I knew this was the candle that would be the moment of truth. I call it at least that, and I'm happy that I realized that this was the time to actually go. You know, didn't like that. Market does that a lot. Market, when there's obvious stop losses, market likes to go under, sweep everybody, and then reverse back to where it was. But that's the game, you know. That's the game. It's being played every day. Now, if I had bought like fucking 30 contracts down there, one day I will have that size, hopefully. Then I can hold to the chop for a bigger move. I mean, we took contracts where you don't. You have to have targets. I made a huge move here. Let's watch for the next setup. Check this out. So now on the 2 minute and the 5, we might have EMA conversions. We have the 21 EMA creeping up to this level on the 2 minute, and then we have the 9 EMA on the 5 minute creeping up to this level. And then if we have another test and a wick, I'm gonna go long again, because we have a price level convergence off a supply zone, which there are two confluences, and then I have 2 EMAs in 2 different time frames converging, which he shows. It gives you 4 points of interest, and that what makes sometimes a plus setup, in my opinion. You know, when three or more things are aligning in different time frames, that's when it gives me um, a lot more conviction that things might work. Yeah, I wasn't cool about letting this price come back down with a position open. I'd rather restart, you know. It's just me. Maybe one day I'll change my mind about that. Maybe one day I'm like, that's why I'm not getting enough of my positions because I always call it soon. I always moving my stops up, but that's the trailing stop method as well. It's just hard to pick something that nothing really works every time. So, you know, I think it's a day by day thing. But this was aggressive sell. This surprised me that it bounced from nowhere here. You know, that's why it might not be sustained. This is just like a little trap and then go again. You know? I would like for the price to allow the EMAs to catch up a little more because this right now, it's not as perfect alignment as it could be, but maybe two more 2 minute candles will allow this EMA to maybe go over and this guy here to touch, and that will be a perfect, perfect. It'll be a better entry. So let's keep an eye on that. Gonna have some calls loaded. Again, I'm gonna go with the one contract. I might add on the way up. Actually, I'm gonna load two contracts because I have a few more confluences here. So my size accordingly to the setup that I'm seeing. Yeah, see? That was a fake out. That was a fake out. Saved myself a heart attack there.
Your net interest income up 9%, beating analyst estimates, and that's thanks in part to loan and deposit growth. How do you expect that to look as those rates do decline? Do you expect that to continue to improve?
Yeah, it will continue to grow. The interesting thing is our growth.
Now fight the trend. Yesterday I fought the trend all day. It's funny how you have your rules and you forget completely about it because you're emotionally hijacked. Yesterday I lost $480, or I don't even remember, because I was trying to pick top and bottoms. Okay, we might get an entry soon. I got calls loaded. I'm not gonna jump the gun. I needed to really do this, to wick and go. That's what I need. I need a very similar situation as that. Not gonna jump the gun on this one.
Yeah, I want to drill into the commercial side and ask you more about credit.
No FOMO allowed.
America was part of the syndicated loans for First Brands and reserved for that exposure during the quarter. There is some broader concern as to whether First Brands and Tricolor, those were two auto bankruptcies, are basically the canary in the coal mine, and whether there could be cracks forming across the system. I know you actually take provisions down. So you obviously feel pretty good about your own book, but I'm curious, what is your view on just industry-wide based on what you're seeing?
So I think, just to be specific, our net non-performing loans went down on the commercial side quarter to quarter. Our criticized loans went down, and the credit quality's been improving.
Let's get that perfect answer, boys.
Talked about a couple years ago a lot.
Need price to give us. It's almost there. Let's pay attention to this.
Banking industry. Remember that there's multiple.
That's the new 5 minute candle, which is important to look at.
The CCAR test, the stress test.
I need it to slightly fail and reclaim.
That are, we give them the data, the Fed looks at it, and you might assume that the Fed is never looking at to say, oh, let's take it easy.
If it doesn't touch,
Analysis, and you've seen
it's not a perfect setup in my opinion.
we're the lowest among the peers, but they're all low, and that's good credit quality. And then secondly, in our industry, you have shared national credit examinations and things that go on.
Let's say we have another candle coming down and does the same bottom
Come and look at it. So outside verification.
and then goes up.
All of us have
Then I might take a 3-point risk.
That doesn't mean there won't be charge-offs occasion.
Then I might take a 3-point risk, high, 60, high. Then I might take a 3-point risk. But there's a 2R to the higher day. It's fighting the trend line, you know. That this finding this wedge here.
The credit things will look at it hard. We look at every deal. When a deal goes up in the market, we actually look around and say, is there anything that we can see? And so we feel very good about our credit quality. But I think for the investment,
Okay.
for the regulated banking sector,
Rejection. It's a now with this context here,
asset classes of all different asset classes.
it's a little harder buy. You know, let's see. It's about to give us our risk right now.
Whether you think there is more culpability.
You know what? I'm gonna go one contract if it gives me the risk, and then because I don't like the. There you go. I'm gonna go with a call there, and if it makes any low, I'm out. I had a really bad feel, by the way, boys.
When we lend to those companies, we take highly secured positions, meaning that non-financial institutions.
Just one
Assets, and we look underneath
contract.
the loans. We look at the loans and say we come to an independent assessment. So I think our peers do.
Yeah, this doesn't look as strong. You might fail from there, boys.
I think you have an industry which is
I
growing
might have jumped the gun.
as it matures, but that I think is a better question for someone else because we as we lend to that industry, we take that into account. But there's a lot of participants we don't do business with that could reflect on.
Ryan, it's David Faber. You spent
Failed.
some time on the call talking about the impact of AI.
Yep.
The payback is here. Not
Funny how it goes.
Can you explain to our viewers what efficiencies you're currently seeing and what your expectations may be for the year ahead in terms of both efficiencies and perhaps the level of employment at Bank of America?
Well, we have our employment levels are
I have really little risk tolerance there now
but in that flat, there's a lot of movement
because
at a turnover rate of about 8%, which is very low compared to what it was pre-pandemic.
I got another call because it hit the EMA. I missed that. I didn't have the balls to hold there. So let's see if you're gonna go from the 9 EMA here.
Maintain neutral headcount. So
So low 55.
we started with 285,000.
And I'll tell you what, one more loss, and I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna keep my money. I need this green day after yesterday.
That both the customer can use
I need my fucking green day after yesterday.
to help our company be more efficient.
It hit right on the EMA on the 5 minute. I missed to see that. I could have held my other position a little longer.
Financial functions and the risk function
It was scary though because he went with force, you know.
will apply prior technologies, and that's what's exciting. But what I mean is here today, if you think about it and look at the statistics,
Wow, that was a good entry because that's a 1-point risk.
way for the outside world to see it because that's a consumer
1-point risk.
agent that they can touch
I wouldn't like to see a new low. A new low would be, yeah. See.
24 hours.
Okay, that was a loss. I'm done for the day, and I promise you, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna keep this money, and we talk about, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I hope there was a good video today. If you watched this whole thing, I think you probably got a couple ideas. Again, this is not financial advice. It's just how I do things, and I am very new to this, and even though that I've been here for a while, like, still feel like it's not nearly enough experience to give anybody advice. But if he helps you out there, well, it's a win-win. Okay, trade your own risk. Good luck out there. Stay alive. Keep your money, and define your risk. See you later, boys and girls. See you later.